एक ओंकार सतनाम करता पुरख निरभव निर्वैर अकाल मूर्त जुनी सैभुं गुर प्रसाद। धन धन गुरु ग्रंथ साहब जी महाराज, धन गुरु गोबिंद सिंह साहिब सच्चे पातशाह, धन गुरु नानक साहब हजूर। भूल छिमो हमरी प्रभापन भूलनहार कहाँ को मुसो, हवाए बंदगी आबुर दर वजूद मरा, वगरना ज़ौक़े चुनी आमदैन नमूद मरा। न साजो न बाजो न फौजो न फर्श, खुदावंद बख्शन दे ऐश अर्श। वाहिगुरु जी का खालसा, वाहिगुरु जी की फतेह। We are visiting the Pauris of the Japji for the last few sessions. We did the 7th Pauri last time. Today we start the 8th Pauri. A question to be asked about spirituality is, what lies at the core of the spiritual change? Where does spirit reveal itself? What is the border where the spirit and the mind meet? And how does this reveal itself? What happens when we talk about Brahmgyan, knowledge of the Creator, knowledge of the one who has created us? Then how do we get to meet this one, the Oankar? Where is this Oankar and how does it reveal itself to us? We now start a journey into the inner mind. The next 4 Pauris are about listening, sunna, suniye. And then the next 4 after that are manna, practicing, inculcating, living the experience. And then Guru talks about Panch, those who have arrived. When Maharaj talks about the spiritual revelation, he mentions the Surt and the Shabad. Simply put, Surt would mean focused mind. But there is a very powerful and a life-changing experience in the knowledge of the Surt. The word Surti would directly explained would mean listening. What are we to listen to? The logical mind wants to reveal that which can't be explained in words. Therefore, the cryptic messages come from the spiritual realm. We want to put into words that which can never be put into words. But when Guru talks about an experience, he talks about a path, a marg, a method. And in the Guru Granth Sahib, Shabad is the method. Shabad is the entire creation. Shabad that is revealed to us is known to us in our logical mind, in our perceptive mind. But the Shabad which is not revealed to us comes to us as a revelation in a meeting with the Oankar. When we merge with what, Maharaj? A drop of water in the ocean is separated from the ocean by a layer of oil. This layer of oil is our ego. That's what gives us an individual entity, an opportunity to exist separate from the Creator, in the sense that we find ourselves on a separate platform. We are still the same water. The same energy is within us that is in the ocean. But we have been separated to experience the world. Leo Tolstoy is a very big writer, a great writer. Till 50 years of his age, he was a very happy man. And after that, the basic questions of life started troubling him. What are we here for? How do I find that which is eternal? This is a seeker. So how does listening have such a deep impact on our psychology, on the inner mind? And what is this transformation in the mind? I don't see so much of a transformation. I try and change myself, but I fall back into the same patterns. So where does the change happen? My changing my mind doesn't change much. I fall into this groove of the same thinking, same errors, same mistakes again and again. Where is the revelation of Ik Oankar going to meet me, and how will this happen? The question of life and the question of God and the question of Guru comes to us from the source of our inner pain. When we are in pain, we are troubled and we seek answers. We don't seek them when we are in happiness, because happiness completes us. That's what we are looking for. So when we find happiness, though temporary, though transient, we forget that it is temporary. We forget it is transient. And we let ourselves go. And we live through that happiness quickly, because we are looking for happiness. The reason we are looking for happiness is because we know at the core of our existence happiness lies. In this way, life is a celebration. It's not a tragedy. The culmination of life is a celebration of life, a joy everlasting, which can never be taken away from you, which has no conditions but for my being able to transform myself to experience that which is within me, living unconditionally. And in this way, the Creator is playing a game with me. So in my pain, the opposite happens. Time stops. And I want to know how I can stop this pain. How can the pain go away? This next 4 Pauris of Sunye are transformative if I understand them. And if I understand that Sunye is another word for dhyan. Doing something completely without distraction is dhyan. And when I listen completely, then I am in dhyan completely. All my energies are focused on one sense of listening, absorbing, understanding, transforming. When someone tells me that when you walk down the stairs without being careful, you will fall, I become careful. In that way, I've transformed myself. I've transformed the experience of going down the stairs. Similarly, suniye, when I listen to the sound of the beyond about life, what I am doing wrong in life, what are the errors by which pain comes to me. If I listen completely, then I transform this life. Let us understand one primal, basic thing about the mind. The mind has a structure. One aspect of the mind is always moving. Like the top of the ocean, the waves are always moving. Even when there is stillness, there is still movement in water. When the stillness happens completely, the surface and the bottom of the ocean become one. That's one mind. But my mind never becomes stationary. It is always moving. The thoughts are always moving. And that's my trouble. That's my distraction. That drains me. Because my energy is what is fueling these thoughts. It's me. It's not anyone else. The understanding of thoughts can be understood in two layers. One is the thought which comes from my experience of the mind, of the world. Whatever I have put as education, as conditioning, as learning, as experience, whatever I have seen, observed, taught myself, or others have taught me, that becomes my mind. And in this way, that mind is created by me, by my ego. And so this mind generates thoughts. Don't underestimate the mind. The mind is a very deep phenomena. The mind has in it many lifetimes packed into it. And sometimes when we are troubled by the baggage which we carry. And the baggage could be from many lifetimes. So the transformation of the man is to move from this moving mind to another part of the mind which never moves, never changes, where the Creator is hidden within us. He rests within us, and that's where we find rest. Nowadays, when somebody passes away, Facebook is full of messages, rest in peace. Rest in peace doesn't come by simply writing it. It has to be experienced while living. We have to rest this mind while we are living and know that sphere of the mind which is restful, without pain, joyous, and full of Anand. So life is a celebration of Anand. And in these bodies, Guru Sahib is taking us on a journey of how to transform the man from the moving mind to move to the mind which doesn't move and meet the Creator and lose myself. This is the 8th body, Suniye. Transform ourselves completely. Listen completely. Absorb completely. And allow the mind to be changed completely. This will happen more by my letting go rather than my controlling. It happens more by loving and less by doing. Because only love will transform us completely. And we will listen completely only when we love. Bear in mind, those individuals we love in our life, we listen to them differently from those that we don't love. Those are not so important to us. We don't listen so intently. When the Guru becomes my loved source, my source of love, then I listen so completely that I am lost in the listening, that I am absorbed and the drop of oil which is separating me from the ocean is gone. And then he says, Nanak Bhakta Sada Vigas, Suniye Dukh Paap Ka Nas. My God. Forever. Forever joy, forever Anand. Transcending death. Suniye Dukh Paap Ka Nas. The pain goes away. The sins go away. All that I have created over generations, lifetimes, has all been transformed into love for the Creator and meeting the Creator. If I learn from these bodies to listen carefully and allow the transformation to happen within me, life will change me forever. With these words, let's start and listen to the eighth body. Don't underestimate the power of Suniye. Guru Sahib says, if you listen carefully, you transcend death. As simple as that. But we don't listen to the Guru. We don't listen completely. Even when the Guru is talking, I am talking. I am questioning. I am doubting. I am wavering. I am wandering. This is my nature. The key here is then, how do I be stable and walk with the same steps as the Guru is walking and listen so intently that I absorb the Guru within me. That is the key of spirituality, of change, of transforming life forever, of realizing that there is no death, but only change. And change doesn't take away anything from me, which is so valuable as it's painful, as I live an experience of happiness forever. Nanak Bhakta Sada Vigas. Let me read out the eighth body and then we'll discuss this body.
Guru Sahib Jio Ek Oankar Satnam Karta Urg Nirbhav Nirvair Akal Murਤ Ajuni Saibam Gur Prasad. Sune Siddh Veer Surnath, Sune Tart Taval Akash, Sune Deep Lo Patal, Sune Po Na Sake Kal, Nanak Bhagta Sada Vigas, Sune Dukh Paap Ka Nas. Vaheguru.
Thank you. Manpreet had a request that I don't take her name when I read out the Shabad from her. That's a very beautiful thought. I am not That's where the solutions of life lie. The stronger the I is within me, the more problems I have. I don't realize it, but I live it. Suniye Siddh Peer Surnath. In the Siddh Gosht, we discussed one aspect of dialogue between the yogis and Guru Nanak Sahib Maharaj. The yogis say we live a very simple life. We eat the vegetation, kandmul. We go for tirths. And in this way we are very happy. This is our life of yoga. Maharaj, in his answer to this, raises a question. And he says, बिन नामे मन टेक न टिकही, नानक भूख न जाए, हाटी बाटी नींद न आवे, पर कर चित न डोलाई, बिन नामे मन टेक न टिकही, नानक भूख न जाए. Maharaj changes the discussion's platform. When the yogis are talking about the physical aspect of their life, Guru Sahib takes one step back and says, what about the man? He says, bin naame man tek na tikahi, nanak bhuk na jaye. Whatever I do in the physical world, what is the state of my mind? And the man, bin naame man tek na tikahi, it doesn't become stationary without a naam. And for that reason, the hunger doesn't go away. What does the hunger's relation to, Maharaj? I'm hungry for my answers of life, for my happiness. I want happiness forever. I remember reading one of Judo Krishnamurti's books. He used to sit in a diyar under a tree. Long ago, I spent some time listening to him there. And in this book which I read, he said, we are all seeking happiness, and we are seeking it forever. Guru calls it Amrit. Amrit, that which doesn't die. Happiness which doesn't die. I have often discussed about sorrow and happiness living together in the moving paradigm, in the thought world, in the ego mind. This is all part of the moving mind. The moving mind also has one more aspect which generates energy for it, and that's Trishna, desire. If I have no desire, mind will drop. The moving mind will become stationary. But my desire makes it move. I have needs, I have wants. The needs are not so troubling. My desires are more troubling. If the desires are within my reach, easily doable, then stress in life may not be much. But if I desire far more than what I can normally achieve, where my faculties are also strained, where time is a constraint, where my abilities are constrained, then life is more stressful. So in this way, energy and strength is generated from life by doing small things and achieving them, and building on that, and getting used to reaching our goals. Our ultimate goal in life is finding happiness forever. Guru Amar Das Maharaj is the third Guru Nanak in the city of Goindwal. He is a Guru who came to become the Guru in old age, when his body was fragile. But the strength of the spirit is far more far-reaching than the strength of the body. And he presented to us the Bani of Anand. The Bani of Anand is dedicated to finding happiness within ourselves, which is forever. That is our goal. That's where we rest. That's where we are headed to as seekers. In the Bani of Anand, Guru Amar Das explains, Sur Nar Munjan Amrit Khojde. Sur Nar, all humans, superhumans, all people on earth are finding Amrit, are seeking Amrit. So Amrit Gurte Paya. And that is revealed to us from the Guru. But how is this revealed? Is what Sunye will explain to us, Maharaj. I am bringing together the concepts so you are able to understand. But mind you, by just mere understanding, we will not reach anywhere. We have to experience the Surat. We have to experience this Amrit. And we have to seek it with that intensity. Two seekers go to the Guru. They are both troubled by their own ways, and so they talk to the Guru and they say, we are troubled. We are in pain. We don't find solutions. We are not finding answers. There is hopelessness around us. And the Guru doesn't say much, keeps quiet. This goes on for a few days. And after a few days, the Guru says, wait. That's all he says. One of the two spent a few months and says, I've waited enough. I'm going to move on. This Guru knows nothing. What will wait bring me? And he moves on. The other waits. And in some time a transformation happens. His troubled mind becomes more relaxed, becomes more easy. The pain lessens itself. And one day, when he's just doing some menial work, cleaning the floor, planting some plants, watering the tree, the mind is transformed so suddenly that he has no control over it. Sufis talk about listening in a very strange way. They talk about the sound of silence. What a strange thing to say. The sound of silence. When I've listened so completely that I've gone beyond the sound of my troubles, the noise of the world, the noise which distracts me from my oneness, from my dhyan. If I have stopped listening to this and listening to the sound of my silence, then I go into dhyan. Then I absorb completely. All my issues are dropped and I find peace. In this peace and rest, Naam exists within me. Shabad is revealing itself. This is the surti which Guru Nanak Sahib talks about. Pavan aram satguru matvela, Shabad Guru Surt Tunchela. Shabad is the Guru and Surti is the Chela. The moment the ego goes away, pain and sorrow goes away. Nanak Bhagta Sada Vigas. Suniye Dukh Paap Ka Nas. Dukh and Paap are part of the ego. The moment I've heard that silence within me, which reaches beyond my troubled mind, that moment transforms me forever. It's just a flash of an eyelid. Nar te sur hoye jaat nimuk mein, Satgur Budh Sikhlai. From a human he's become saintly, heavenly. He's become exalted spiritually. Nimak is the time when we bat an eyelid, fraction of a second. He says this is how much time it takes to transform the mind from the troubled mind to the awakened Anandat mind. Fraction of a second. What does it need, Maharaj? Complete listening. Complete dhyan. This is what Guru Sahib is talking about. When there is no hunger, no desire left, and the man has become stationary, the mind has become stable, and the Shabad reveals itself in its miracle of love. The natural state of mind is revealed to those who are experiencing it. Suniye Siddh Peer Surnath. Those who have listened completely, they are the Siddhs. Siddh, one who has transcended the mind. Siddh, sadhana. One who has understood what is beyond the moving mind. Peer is the spiritually exalted in the Muslim tradition. So Guru Nanak mentions these traditions. The three traditions, the Hindu, the Muslim, and the Yogi. The Yogi tradition was, at the time of Guru Sahib, a separate lineage, separate, following a path by itself. Suniya Siddh Peer Surnath, and Nath is the Yogi tradition. Sur is the Devata, the exalted spiritually people, the exalted people who are spiritually awakened, who have experienced the spirit, the Atma, the Anand in the Atma. They have listened completely. The second seeker listened completely to his Guru, and it changed him forever. This is where our fault lies. We don't listen completely. In fact, when we read the Bani, then our mind is wandering. And when it is not wandering, it is questioning, doubting. It's not absorbing. We've not understood the potential of the Bani. We've not understood what is Shabad, who is Guru. We seek the physical Guru, but Guru Nanak Sahib encourages us to seek the Shabad Guru. And he only says this to us again and again. Gaviye suniye. Sing and listen. Your mind will be transformed forever. The other third element he talks about is love. Because love makes us drop the ego. Without love, we cannot drop the ego. There is no way I can drop the ego. And how will this love come about? Interestingly, the love comes from our pain. When we understood that life is pained, full of pain, then we love the source who takes us away from this pain, who gives us a solution to this pain. When we have pained by death, the thought of death, then we love the one who gives us an answer to death. explains that life is not death, but life is a celebration. Remember one thing, Maharaj. How we live this life, we are answerable for. And if we don't transform ourselves to the point where we are free of pain and sorrow, then we will keep visiting pain and sorrow. Like a sugar-coated pill, which is bitter. We will look at life as being sweet, and the bitterness will keep coming back. There will be no rest. And every action, good or bad, which I do, will trap me. The Guru and the role of the Guru is to release me into love, into the infinite Anand. But I don't listen completely. If I were to listen to the Guru completely, I would drop my ego. Guru Nanak Sahib in pai lena. It's a very intense experience. In one of the last phases of the test of Lena, Maharaj tells him to eat the dead body. He's very angry. On that particular day, he is a very fearful person. Somebody people fear. And he's venting his anger. And in this angry stance, he says, "Why are you following me? Why don't you also go away?" And Pailana says, "Where am I to go? I don't have anywhere else to go." He has a house, he's well-to-do, his family stature is good. But he has nowhere to go in his man. His state of mind has realized that the Guru will give him the experience which will be forever. And he's understood that. That glimpse has already come. So he values the Guru beyond the physical. So Guru says, "Okay, then here, the dead body, eat." Pailena goes around the body. Maharaj is more angry. He says, "Why are you going around? I told you to eat." So he says, "I'm going around to see, should I eat from the feet or the head?" The story says that the body becomes a prasad. The Guru, if he curses us, it's never a curse. In the tradition we come from, if the Guru is to get angry, we would actually be calm and let the anger vent itself on us. It will guide us. Look at how pain teaches us. I sprained my ankle. My ankle is paining me. So the pain is telling me there is something wrong in my ankle. And that's how I will heal it. If there is no pain, I will not know there is a problem. So pain is my teacher. Guru says, "Dukh daru hai, sukh rog paya hai." In this way, happiness is a problem. And the pain is my teacher. It will guide me to the light within me. Maharaj says, "Sune Siddh Peer Surnath, Sune Tart Taval Akas." All creation is listening. Tart, the earth, the support of the earth, Taval, the bell, in the mythological sense. The entire creation is in order, absorbing the hukam of the Nirankar. We went through the bodies of Hukam Maharaj. Guru Sahib has revealed the omkar to us as the one who brings order to creation. under whose order the whole creation moves, whose laws make the world work. And the hukam is revealed to us through Naam, when my ego is dropped. So all creation is bound by an order, by His hukam. We can't see it. We can't even narrate it. But we can feel it through the love which is generated within us when we meet the Guru. Suniye, Dhart Taval Akas, and the earth, the sky, the entire creation, physical creation as well, is under the hukam. It is listening, absorbing the order and following it. Suniye, Deep Lo Patal. The deep are the continents. Low is the earth. Patal is under the earth. So again, all the elements surrounding creation are under the order of Suniye. They are all listening, absorbing and following. And so they are not in conflict. For them, the order and the following is the same. But not for me. I don't follow. I follow my order. Home is my order. And it is in conflict with the hukam. This is where the crisis is within us all. So do I stop living the physical world? Stop indulging in the physical life I live? That's not where the pain is. The pain is in the ego. The pain is not in the living the physical world. Nothing of that is bad. But having the ability to transcend the moving mind to the non-moving mind, if I don't do that, that's where the problem lies. That's like we had a bank balance and we never used it. So Guru says, Heere jaisa janam hai, kaudi badle jaye. Invaluable is life, the experience of life. And we are giving it away for pebbles. So the physical life is not the complete experience of life, and it is not the treasured experience of life. The treasure of life is Naam Nidhan, His Naam, where we go without our ego, where we meet the Creator, but so we are not, and the Creator only is. So when I do with love sing the Shabad, I drop my ego. If I sing the Shabad and do some seva, I drop my ego. I don't claim that seva to be mine, that I am doing it. The I goes away. It's just seva. It's just the love which is there. So the seva, the Simran, is the meeting with the Creator. There is no other shortcuts, unfortunately. If we don't drop the ego will make us wander. And it will keep taking us into the pain cycle of life. Because ego is painful. Ego is demanding something which is not natural. It wants happiness forever. And that's not possible in that state. In the ego mind, happiness and sorrow will live together. Love and hatred will live together. Meeting and separation will live together. So duality, both the balance of creation happens in that way. And pain and sorrow will not go away like that. So Maharaj says, Sune deep lo patal, Sune pohna sake kal. See this. One line of Sahib and it's like a satori. Death will not touch you if you listen to the Guru completely. The sound of silence is where, Maharaj? It's beyond the noise within my mind. I don't observe the mind. I don't see beyond the troubled mind. So I'm always troubled. But beyond the troubled mind, there is an ocean of peace. Maulana Rumi says, beyond the good and bad, there is a garden. Meet me there. The good and bad is the duality of life. And in that duality is life and death also. That is also duality. It's only a change. But beyond that change is oneness. Where there is no change, where there is no death, where there is no pain. What a powerful line Guru Sahib submits to us. He narrates, Nanak Bhagta Sada Vigas. In the Shabad, in the revelation of the Shabad, is happiness forever. Is transcending death. As simple as that. Well, life is complicated. But the Guru and Sikh relationship has very few simple rules. If they are followed properly, they transcend death. You see how even today, when we go into the Gurdwaras, we find these nihangs in the blue clothes. A tradition from the Guru Gobind Singh Sahib. To me, that's a living embodiment, a living experience of how life is. Beyond death, the relationship sustains for generations, for eons. And some of these people are maybe charlatans, but some of them are in earnest, looking and waiting for the Guru. A few decades ago, I had a very interesting experience. I had somebody I met, and he became close to me. He was a Sikh. He told me, I want to narrate something to you about my life. He said he was 40 years of age, and he got diagnosed with renal failure, and the doctors didn't give him much time. He said, I went for a bath. I was alone. There was nobody around me. And while I was bathing, I had so little energy that I dropped to the floor and I collapsed. I think I fainted, he says. He says in that time, he saw Guru Gobind Singh Sahib Maharaj come on a horse. And while being there, tells him that you are 40 years of age. You were to die. But I bless you with another 40 years. You'll live till you're 80. He had this experience. And somehow things just turned around. When he was narrating this to me, he was around 57, 58. He's still living. I'm only trying to say that the relationship between a Guru and a Sikh transcends space, time and cause. And in this way I know that Guru Sahib is everywhere. There is no space where Maharaj is not present. If our mind is stationary and we pray to him, call to him, maybe he will reveal this to us, because this is a revelation which I cannot make happen. I can only pray. I can arze dash ardas. I can call with love. I can sometimes maybe feel it. But this was something which I don't think was a lie. It can never be. There was no reason for the person to lie to me. But these and similar other experiences have given me glimpses into this relationship of Sikh and Guru. And when we listen to the Guru, we connect ourselves to the inner source of the Guru. And I think it's a journey in that way. Sometimes it may take some lifetimes. Sometimes maybe it will happen just suddenly. Spirituality, which we all know and seek as a release from our pain, is a gift. So in this way, the pain is a big healer. And so we should not be in denial of pain. If my ankle is hurting and I don't attend to it, then the pain will increase. Similarly, in psychology also they say, when in pain, drive towards the pain. Be open-hearted, accept it. But learn from it what life is teaching us. Suniye, po na sake kaal. If I have heard the Guru completely, if the Shabad and Surat experience has revealed itself to me, death will become meaningless. My mind will be in the eternal space. When Bhagat Ravdas talks about this experience, he calls this the city without sorrow. Bhagat Kabir says, Vaikunt, chal re Vaikunt tujhe le taro, je hich hai ta prem ke chabuk maro. The method and the experience is the same. The depth of understanding is the same, but our listening ability needs to be worked on. Our dhyan. When we listen with dhyan, then we listen completely. Then our mind becomes stationary. Maharaj says, Nanak Bhagtan Sada Vigas, Suniye Dukh Paap Ka Naas. This is what we are seeking. Forever happiness. An end to the sorrow, the pain and the wandering. It will not happen in the physical world, but with meeting the Guru, listening to the Guru, the experience will reveal itself. Maharaj says, Charan Sharan Gur Ek Penda Jaye, Chal Sat Gur Kot Penda Aage Hoi Lete. This is a beautiful story from the 6th Guru Nanak, Guru Hargobind Sahib Maharaj. A child from a very well-to-do house got orphaned, and all his, because he was small age, young age, maybe not even in his teens, all that he had was lost. People took it away from him. And he became a slave to a Pathan who used to make him work. This boy was from a Sikh family. So he remembered his parents used to sing the Bani, listening, Suniye. One day he was with the Pathan and a troop of Sikhs were going by singing the Bani. He saw them and remembered. In that moment, the meeting with Guru happened. He had one damadi, one coin with him. And he presented it to the Sikhs and said, please give it to the Guru. Bhai Gurdas has written this parable, and it has to do with when this troop of Sikhs reached the Guru's place and present this damadi, this coin, to Guru Hargobind. The story says that the Pathan was standing on the wall of the well, and the whole wall fell, and the Pathan fell with it, and all his possessions then came to this slave, and he was freed. Bhai Gurdas says, Charan Sharan Gur Ek Penda Jai. With the focus towards the Guru, I put one step forward. चल सतगुर कोट पैंडा आगे होए लेते हैं. The Guru comes crores of steps forward for us. एक बार सतगुर मंत्र सिमरन मात, सिमरन ताहे बारंबार गुर हेत. Once with all our attention and love, we narrate the Shabad. एक बार सतगुर मंत्र सिमरन मात, सिमरन ताहे बारंबार गुर हेत. The Guru remembers us again and again and again, many times over. Pavani pagat paye kaudi agar pagra. With love he says, Pavani pagat paye. Kaudi is that one coin, that damdi. Agar pag rakhe. Tahe gur sarv nidan daan dete. The Guru presents us with the entire creation. Bhai Nandlal talks about wealth in a beautiful way. He says, Daulat Javed, Bashad Bandagi. Wealth forever. Javed means forever. Bashad Bandagi is Bandagi, is because of Bandagi. The wealth is our Bandagi. Our love for our Guru, that is our wealth. Bandagi, kun bandagi, kun bandagi. Transform your life into bandagi. Love for your Guru. Love for the Shabad. And sing it with all your attention and love. And it will transform us forever. Surt and Shabad. जैसे जल में कमल निरालम मुर्गाई ने साने सुरत शब्द पव सागर तरिए नानक नाम वखाने. I narrated this parable earlier. The mind is two forms, the moving mind and the non-moving mind. When Guru Sahib talks about the structure of the mind, he says, Ahman Shakti, Ahman Siv, Ahman Panj Tat Ka Jiv. This mind comes from the source of the Creator. It's our strength, it's our energy. And with the 5 elements, it expresses itself into life as the ego. Ahman Panj Tat Ka Jiv. This is the mind we know, the moving mind, the ego mind. Ahman Lejo, Unman Rahe. When we give up this mind, then we find another mind called Unman. That's the inner mind. The Anand mind, the Thirghar mind. The mind which is in Sahaj, which is at rest, where we find Bisram, where the hunger goes away. That's what Guru is saying. That until the mind becomes stable, hunger will not go away. Trishna will drive the ego into disaster mode with no end. But we can live that life in completeness, yet be free from it. That is the key. Living the physical life in its own completeness, but yet be free of the repercussions of it. Why? Because our mind is not absorbed in it completely. Our foundation is not that man. Our foundation is the mind which is stable mind, the peace mind, the rest and peace mind. That will only happen if we can find it while we are living. So in this way, the pain, the wandering, and the physical life is an opportunity to find that which is forever. Nanak Bhagta Sada Vigas, Suniye Dukh Paap Ka Naas. So he says, Unman Lehjo. When the Ahman Lehjo, Unman Rahe. When this mind, moving mind, goes away, the forever mind comes to us. The teen lok ki baatein kahe. Then we understand the entire creation. Then we understand ik omkar, and it reveals itself to us. Then we live it, the Anand within us. Maharaj says, "Eh jiyo bahute janam parmaya." ਤਾਂ ਸਤਿਗੁਰ ਸ਼ਬਦ ਸੁਣਿਏ. The Shabad is our transforming energy. It's our change within our man. So when we sit in darkness with the Shabad, we want to go in with our Shabad. It takes us in. Guru Tegh Bahadur Sahib, when he is explaining the structure of the mind, he says, "Kati khojo pai." If you are looking for the Creator, the oneness, the Omkar, search him within you. Bahar bhitar eko jaane, eh gur gyan batai. Guru will teach us that within us and without, there is only one energy. I think all Guru Gobind Singh Sahib. Maharaj says, "Eh jiyo bahute janam parme." We have wandered so many lifetimes without results, in futility. We've actually got tired, Sahib says. And we've got relationships which become meaningless because our life is so transient that every relationship is transient. We are not stable ourselves. How can life be stable for us? Eh jiyo bahute janam parme. Then what happens? Satgur Shabad sunaya. Satgur jevad data ko nahi. Sab suniye lok sabaya. Suniye, the Shabad, takes us beyond our troubled mind. And that is the vigas of the man. We don't have this, we have this hopelessness about life. And the futility of it is revealed by our experiences which are not so in depth. But what about giving some energy and time to going within ourselves? He talks about death. He says, "Is man ko koi khojo pai." Tan chute man kahan samai? Seek within your mind. Tan chute man kahan samai? Where does the mind rest when your body goes away, when you die? Moond liye darwaze, baaj ye le anand baaji. Shut the doors to without, and the energy going in will be a celebration. Nanak bhaktan sada vigas, suniye dukh paap ka naam. 8th Pauri Maharaj, darshan of Guru Nanak Sahib's Japji reveals to us the entire creation's experience of love and Anand. With these words, I rest today's session. I welcome any thoughts and questions from you, and I hope I can be able to answer them. Otherwise, I will invite someone from if Ranjit Kaurji can do the Anand Sahib, we will end the session with Anand Sahib. If there are any questions or discussions or topics you would like to share, stimulated from today's session, post that, we can do Anand Sahib. If Janjit Ji is okay with it, she can raise her hand. If any of you have any questions or want to say something, in the YouTube you can post the question and somebody will read it, or if you are on Zoom, you can raise your hand. Thank you for your presence. I meet the Guru when I meet you. In the Sangat is the Guru. ਧੰਨਵਾਦ। ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕਾ ਖਾਲਸਾ, ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕੀ ਫਤਿਹ।